Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody, it's episode 304 of The Brink of Sanity. I am Jay, and with me is Mark, and just Mark.
I'm refusing to participate in the show until I can hear the theme song, or if you could sing it for me.
Soon.
Come on, just
Not the singing is soon, but you'll
just
be able to do it soon.
remind me how it goes. How does it go? Is it like hello, hello, hello?
Yeah, it's showtime. Welcome back, my friends. Blah blah blah.
Can you just sing? Can you? You have a good voice, Jay. Come on.
It's one of the worst.
If this whole episode could just be you singing, serenading me, I'd be very happy.
We might lose one of our 30 remaining listeners.
So I have a question for you, Jay. You've been taking the CPA. I believe you've taken it now 357 times.
Yep.
And you've been studying now for 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal of this right now is to change careers to make more money to better yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you. The big goal here is like, if your job came to you, you hate your job, right? Or you, in case someone's listening that you work with, you hate, allegedly you hate your job.
Everything here is jokes, but I don't think hate is a strong enough word.
So you feel about your job the way people generally, especially Jewish people, feel about Hitler.
Pretty much. I don't think that's an exaggeration.
So every day, some people are like, this is Monday. I don't like Mondays. You're like, every day I wake up, I begin my week with a Holocaust.
Yeah, it's like a 5-day long Holocaust every week.
Okay, so if your job, you hate your job, and they came to you and like doubled your salary, would you feel a lot better about your job?
Yes, but I would probably still be looking elsewhere.
What if they tripled your salary? Would you be looking elsewhere, or would you be like, I'm good here?
Triple, I could probably deal with it, but
Okay, you're dealing with a triple. If they quadrupled your salary, let's say 5 times your salary. I don't know what 5 times your salary. Let's just say they're going to pay you $500,000 a year to do your current job.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be like, I am happy as can be with this because of this money?
Yeah, I mean, for that kind of money, there's a lot you would put up with. For what I'm getting paid, it is not worth to put up with the garbage that I'm putting up with.
Okay, so if they paid you $500,000 a year, you would say, hit me with your garbage. I am happy. I am fine with this job. I never need to leave this job. I'm getting $500,000 a year.
Right.
Okay, so you'd be good here.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
I wouldn't like it, and it's still stressful and annoying, but you can stomach a lot more when you're living comfortably.
Well, is there a certain amount of money where you would love it?
No.
Like if I paid you $30 million a year, it would be like, this is the greatest shit ever.
No.
Okay.
It's a stressful, shitty job.
Okay, so for $500,000 a year, though, you are good in this job. You're happy. You're not happy, but you're happy enough that you're never going to look for a new job. You're not going to put together your resume again.
Right.
Okay, you figure you're never going to get this kind of money for this kind of whatever. So what about instead of doing your current job, you manned a hot dog truck? Would you a hot dog cart? How much would it take for you to man a hot dog cart?
Do I get health benefits?
Yeah, let's just say like this is like the best paying hot dog cart. Or I don't know, maybe they make a lot of money. I don't know what they actually
do.
Make.
They actually make more than we make. No, I'm not even kidding. They if you have a good location, like near Central Park or something, you can make 6 figures in a hot dog cart.
Okay, so let's say you're going to work in Times Square. Probably maybe a more annoying. What do you think the most annoying area to work in a hot dog cart in New York?
Yeah, probably Times Square because it's busy, but you probably get a ton of people that don't speak English. And
the actual answer is Chinatown, because Chinatown's the worst part of New York City. But the Times Square, it's busy, but you probably get a lot of, like, if you're on the Upper East Side, you may not get that many people buying hot dogs. Times Square, you have a lot of tourists who just want to buy a hot dog because that's what you do in New York City. You buy a hot dog. You probably make a lot of money there, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can make six figures.
Okay. Let's say you're going to be paid $150,000 a year. Would you be like, I'm good? The same way I was talking about your current job. Would you be good at being a hot dog guy for the rest of your life?
No.
Okay. How about $300,000? You be a hot dog guy for the rest of your life.
I don't know. Standing and dealing with people for 10
Which
hours a day.
Let me ask you again. Actually, which job would you like more? Your current job at your current salary. You have to do that for the rest of your life, or be a hot dog guy with the exact same salary, same benefits for the rest of your life. What would be better for you, being the hot dog guy or your current job?
Same salary, same benefits.
Same everything. Yes.
Hot dog guy.
Okay. So the hot dog guy is more favorable. Let's just say I'm going to pay you $500,000 a year to be the hot dog guy. Healthcare, whatever, all the benefits also. Would you be like, I'm going to be a hot dog guy for the rest of my life?
I might.
No, okay. I need you to commit.
How much again?
500. I shouldn't be paying you $500,000 because you said $500,000 you do your current job, and you hate your current job more than you hate being a hot dog guy, allegedly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you $500,000 to be a hot dog guy the rest of your life. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if, one caveat with the job, while you're working the hot dog cart, 30,000 bees are going to be on the umbrella of your hot dog cart?
No. And I don't think you can up the money enough.
Okay. 50,000 bees.
No, bees freak me out. If you said like 10 bees, I'd say no.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You should see the pictures. Times Square, I think it was yesterday, there was a whole swarm of bees, and it may have been 30,000 bees were on the umbrella of a hot dog cart.
Oh, I didn't see that. That was the longest way to get to a news story in the history of podcasting.
Oh my God! Take a look. Google the picture. And I know the picture's not good for people listening, but Google the picture. It's insane.
Oh my God!
Are you looking?
Yeah.
It's insane. So what would it take, Jay, to you work at that hot dog stand?
I mean,
that guy must have been like, oh, because my life wasn't good enough. My life wasn't bad enough. Now the fucking 30,000 bees are on top of my goddamn hot dog stand.
It says the article says 40,000 bees. So
how was work today? I was in an Alfred Hitchcock movie. That's what happened to fucking work today.
The thing is, how does that happen? Like, once there's like 30, wouldn't you notice?
Well, I think I don't think he was like, la da da da, and people were like, hey, there's like 30,000 bees on top of your hot dog stand. I think they were just swarming and they all ended up going there. I think he probably got the fuck out of there.
There's not that many bees in Times Square. And I don't think it's an all of a sudden thing.
It has to be an all of a sudden thing. It's not like one or two and then three or four. Like, I think they were traveling in a giant pack or whatever. I don't know what you call a swarm, I guess, obviously. A swarm of bees. I think they were swarming together. They said people were running away. People were freaked out. They obviously it wasn't like obviously there's not 40,000 bees. They're just hanging out in Times Square at all times, and they were like, hey, why don't we all hang out in one place? Something happened with some giant hive somewhere where they got displaced and they're all looking for a new home. I bet there was some guy who's like a beekeeper who's like 2 blocks away who was like, ooh, oh shoot, I broke my cage. Oh no, they're going out the window.
He's like, why do I have no honey today?
I'm never getting my security deposit back. Probably the worst neighbor you could have, like, was this guy. Like, you think your neighbors suck and you have the black mold. What if you had 40,000 bees living next to you?
Might be worse. I mean, that's not a good situation.
No, that sounds like a really, really, well, I don't know. Maybe the guy's really good at keeping maybe as a neighbor, he's like, hey, I bought you a beekeeper's outfit. And you're like, oh, that's really weird. He's like, well, I have 40,000 bees next door. Okay, well, thanks for the beekeeper outfit. I'm going to move now.
Yeah.
So how much would it take for you to work in that pizza that you could bring a beekeeper outfit to work?
Sure. Can we move on?
Yeah, now I want to know how much it would take for you to work in that bee stand.
At my current state of mind, double my salary and I'll do it. The
Do you?
beekeeper suit sold me.
Yeah. I thought you'd be pretty excited about that. What's going on with you?
I woke up the other day and there were hundreds of ants in my kitchen. The tiny ones.
Yeah,
like
you're welcome. I dropped them off.
The tiny ones like you had.
Yeah, I mean, at the worst, I've had thousands in my kitchen.
My kitchen and my living room. But the thing is, I just went to Rite Aid and I got those traps and I put 5 of them down, and a day and a half later they were all gone and I haven't seen one since.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
So I don't know. Maybe did you try that?
Sorry. I think my situation is a lot worse. First of all, this is the first time you've ever seen them. They surround my house like it's a moat of ants. I'm sure like in our my narrow neighborhood, there are billions of these little ants. I don't think it's the same situation. Or maybe you're just smarter than me. I don't know.
I just don't get how they I didn't have them for 9.5 years, and then one day they're just all in my kitchen.
Maybe your neighbor has they switched from bees to little ant farming.
Could be.
Yeah, that's a lot of little ants.
So, last episode we talked about how you know nothing about pop culture.
Yes.
Which is weird because even if something has 700 million hits, you have no idea what it is and have never heard of it before.
Yes. Gangnam Style I just learned about yesterday.
So, we're going to do a thing where every episode, I'm going to try and find something that's viral that I think everyone knows about, and we're going to see if you've ever even heard of it.
Okay, well, if it's bees in Times Square, I've already talked about that.
It is not bees in Times Square.
Okay,
so this is called the Kiki Challenge. Have you heard of it?
Is this the dancing by the car?
Oh,
thing?
you have heard of it. Wow.
I don't really know much about it. I don't know. I've just seen some videos of people doing dumb dances by the side of a car, and I heard the word Kiki. I don't know much about this thing. I don't know who Kiki is.
It's the lyrics to a song by my favorite person, Drake.
Oh!
So apparently in his music video, there's somebody dancing outside of a car. So people decided, hey, we should recreate that.
And, isn't there, the things where people are getting injured doing this?
Yeah, and I hope everyone who does it gets injured. It's so stupid.
I mean, that sounds... It seems insane. The first time I saw... I think I saw it on Facebook, someone doing it. It looked so insanely stupid. I was like, why is this moron doing this? And then I saw somewhere else that it's a thing. But I don't know that much about it. By the way, that's your first pop culture quiz, and you got... I knew it.
Well, you sort of knew it, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, I didn't know it was by Drake. I didn't know that much about it, but, it wasn't foreign to me. This is not mumble rap, Jay.
Okay, well, that was anticlimactic.
That was the worst bit ever, Jay.
Yeah.
I hope next show you really bring it.
I can't wait till next week when you figure something else out. We have an email.
I have a question for you first.
Okay.
Do you think studying mathematics is bad for society?
No. Why?
Well, could the objective assurance and correct answers mandated in mathematics education teach students to be similarly calculating and assured when it comes to daily moral conundrums?
Yeah.
Literally the dumbest op-ed I've ever read talked about it. I'm not going to go into the op-ed too much, but I saw this where basically the idea that math has absolute answers makes people think in moral situations there are absolute answers also, and it makes people evil. Math might be hurting society.
So you're saying that there was a mass shooting in Florida a couple days ago. Are you saying that that's because nobody taught him that mass shootings are bad?
Yeah, well, he just thought he learned math, which has absolute good or bad, I guess, absolute answers. He didn't understand morals.
So they should replace home economics with a class called Things That Are Bad, And all day, every day for the whole year, the teacher just lists things that are bad to do. Kicking babies, raping people, punching people in the face for no reason. You guys writing this down?
Mr. Smith, we're doing this instead of math? Yep, our school system is getting this stupid. You know what my, actually, this reminded me of, my son, I had to put a quash in this real fast. But my son thought these two words were the funniest words, and started making started joking about this, nothing. He kept saying African American. He thought the words African American were really funny. And I was like, you cannot be making jokes about African Americans. He was just like, he's like African American, African, just saying it. I'm like, stop saying it. You got to stop saying that.
That's something you want to stop immediately.
My son also says OMG. Should I stop him?
Yes. That's terrible.
I mean, in his life, all he knows, people are like, he doesn't know a world without OMG. Like, we knew a world before this acronym existed.
Yeah, just say it.
But I'm saying, is it okay if you didn't know this? Like, you live in a different world. Like, you didn't live in the world where the acronym did not exist.
Wasn't that around that was around when we were kids?
OMG?
Yeah.
No, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
I thought OMG came with like the internet culture.
I mean, people text it now, but I think I don't know.
Were people saying OMG?
No,
Ronald Reagan took down that. OMG, the Berlin Wall went down.
Well, people weren't texting.
I feel like there's no, like, you weren't like writing an essay in school and write OMG.
No, are people using that in essays now?
Probably the SAT essays are probably fucking retarded.
They did make them easier because the grades were too low.
Did they?
Yeah, why can't they do that for the test I'm taking?
Yeah, seriously. Or just for your exam. Just like you in particular.
Yeah, shouldn't there be like, okay, you've taken this 12 times, now you just need a 65.
Yeah, each time you take it, they should carve a point or two off just to like make it a little easier for you.
Yeah.
Like you got like a handicap in golf.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that'd be done by now.
Jay, this is your 37th time. All you have to do is write your name and not pee on the exam. Do you think WNBA players should be allowed to complain about their salaries?
What do you think? Who should be able to complain?
WNBA players.
See, that's the thing. They say they want to get paid as much as the guys, but the guys split the revenue. So, I mean, if they split the revenue in the WNBA, they'd owe the WNBA money.
Wait, you think the WNBA, does it earn a profit?
I don't think so. I think the NBA, boosts it up. I don't think they're really making money.
I mean, I've never thought, hey, let me go to, every time I hear about WNBA, my first thought is, oh, that's still around. But do you think there's, a fan base? There are people that are,
Yeah, no, there's definitely people who are really into it. But it's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
We could probably get, I haven't heard of any games selling out.
I mean, I imagine tickets are pretty cheap.
I would think so.
I assume, for the price of going to a Knicks game, I could have season tickets for the WNBA, I imagine.
Okay, so I just looked it up real quick. Yeah. The first sellout in LA Lynx franchise history was in 2016.
Yeah.
So that's 9 years.
I saw they complain about the salaries, but you have to be you're into something that you have to get people to come to it. It's entertainment. If people don't give a shit about paying to see you, then it's hard to argue that you should get paid that much.
Yeah, it's if people aren't seeing it, then you shouldn't get paid $20 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, just find a way to get people to come see your games. The WNBA players weren't getting that much money when people weren't coming to the games. 1970s, they weren't getting huge salaries.
The average attendance is higher than I thought. 7,700 per game.
That is
but that's
higher.
still like less than half of the stadium.
What's the average salary?
The average salary is 71,000.
It's not that bad.
No, it's
I
not.
mean, it's not like NBA level, obviously, but like you are getting to play a game for.
And their seasons are much shorter too.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they I understand when you're complaining if you actually have like if you're a woman who has the exact same job as a man and you're getting paid less, but this is like complete horseshit.
Yeah, yeah.
We got an email?
We got a couple emails actually.
Okay, cool.
thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Felipe writes, "What is the cheapest deodorant?"
I would say water. Putting water under your arms is the cheapest deodorant.
There are some people at my job who do that. Store brand. Maybe some U.S. companies will bring their money back from overseas as a result of the Trump tax cuts, but won't most of that come from real countries like Ireland instead of tax havens? If so, won't those Ireland-type countries just cut their taxes and leave us all worse off than when we started?
Wait, what?
Well,
I'm not.
he's saying that if people are like putting their money in Ireland, right? They're saving money. They're stashing their money over in Ireland because
Yeah.
they're 15% cheaper than the U.S.
Yeah.
And then the U.S. lowers theirs 15. Maybe Ireland just lowers it another 5, giving them no incentive to move it.
Right. Like a lowest common denominator. Everyone races to the bottom kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's very, very possible.
it's a good point, but I do think it's silly that we have the highest corporate tax rate in the world by like a lot.
Well, we first of all they did pass the tax law, the tax cut already, so we don't. And they said that the thing about that was that most companies in the U.S. didn't pay any taxes.
Yeah,
Like
well,
didn't
that's the
GE
problem that
pay
nobody
no?
addresses. They have to get rid of all the loopholes and stuff.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the loopholes and then lower the rate. They basically lowered the rate and then they didn't get rid of the loopholes.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. Um,
Okay, this is a 7-part question. That was just 2. How do you find new music that is similar to other music you like?
you type in the name in Pandora.
I use Last FM,
Yeah.
which keeps track of all the music you listen to, and you could click on like a bio page for each artist. Also, when I'm listening to an artist I like, I go to the Wikipedia page, and sometimes a band member will be in a different band, or they'll be influenced by somebody. So then I'll look at that group.
Why do if anyone wants to, why don't you suggest a song or artist you like, and Jay will recommend as a bit for the show. He will recommend other music you should check out. Jay's into music, and Jay would love to do this.
I might actually be starting a music site soon.
Yeah, his site's called the greatest music site ever.com, or maybe Jay Loves Music. I don't know.
jlovesmusic.com.
Yeah.
What do you think about China's social credit score? If you were a dictator of New York City, what criteria would you use to assign a score to every resident? What rewards, punishments would you distribute based on each resident's score? So have you heard about that?
So China is doing something along the lines of, I'm not sure the details of this, but basically you get certain. It's like that episode of what's that show? That weird Twilight Zone type show. Do you not see this either?
What?
Black.
Oh
Mirror.
no, I haven't seen that. Black Mirror.
There's a Black Mirror episode where they have this, where everyone basically gets all these likes and dislikes from like you pre-review individuals, and you're based on your score, you get certain benefits in society, or you're considered like if you're like a 3, you're lower class in society. If you're 5, everyone thinks you're great.
It's a really weird idea.
So I guess this was similar in China. Is that they're doing something? Do you know the details?
They get no, I don't know all the details. You get some perks if you have a good score. The scores go from 350 to 950. You could jump healthcare waiting lists if you have a good score. Yeah, you could reduce wait times. You get a lower credit score if you play 10 hours of video games a day.
I get it lower. Oh, that makes sense.
Oh no, if you cheat in video games.
Oh, okay.
I'm all for that. I hate people who cheat in video games.
You mean so when I cheat in Contra by entering the left, left, right, right, I'm going to get screwed in China?
You get a lower score if you chase around K-pop stars.
Okay. Do you get a lower score if you say OMG?
If you have a higher score, you could get access to women-only dating groups. If you're a man.
What do you mean women only?
I guess it's a site with hardly any men, and then if you get a good score, you're allowed in there.
Hey, if you don't cheat at video games, you get access to the whores.
You can rent without a security deposit.
This is bizarre.
There's some really weird things here.
Well, in the U.S. we have like a obviously everyone has a credit score, and the credit score maybe might allow you to rent without a security deposit. That's the only thing we have similar. But I don't go like I have an 830 credit score. Hook me up with the whore site.
If you get in debt a lot, your score can go down, and you could be barred from attempting to buy breakfast, take a bus, and look for jobs.
Buy breakfast?
So basically, you're just dead. Like, if you can't eat or work, they're just like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're just dead.
So China is actually doing their own Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
What in God's name?
Very
like you're in a country of 1 billion people. Life kind of most of the people, their jobs are just being slave labor for like companies that make stuff for America, and we're gonna make life worse.
Yeah. That's very weird. Also, if you don't want somebody to be in debt, stopping him from working is not going to help.
What a insane. I mean, it's like you gotta get the fuck out of China. I feel like if someone comes to our border and says China's got a social credit system, I don't want to live there anymore, I'd grant them whatever that system is. They get amnesty from that. That just sounds like a fucking horrible thing to live in.
Yeah, that is just nuts.
Okay, so social credit scores in New York City. What do you got?
You should definitely get your score lowered if you are going down a flight of stairs and are texting and stopping the flow of traffic.
I'd say texting in the street, looking at your phone, and I've done it also, but looking at your phone while you're walking should knock your score.
Not standing to the side when the subway door is open.
Throwing your cigarettes on the floor, that could just be execution.
Yeah, throwing your cigarettes on the floor could lower your score.
I guess I would say not showering before you get in the subway, a crowded subway.
Also farting on the subway. We need some things that could raise your score.
Walking really slowly while everyone's trying to get to their fucking jobs because you're an asshole tourist that has to walk in front of me when I'm trying to get to work.
It's not even tourists anymore. It's just people who feel like they have to finish their email or text before they start moving again.
You know you've done that. I've done that also.
I mean, we've all done it, but some people do it constantly. I never do it on stairs.
We have to just ban being on the phone outside. Like we have to go backwards in society with some of this technology.
I kind of
like you can't go. Just don't be on the phone while you're walking either. I hate this now. Like people aren't holding the phones to their heads. It's just like they're just talking, and you have to look to make sure they have a headpiece on. They're not just crazy. Having all these conversations with no one around. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why don't we just...
honking your horn, playing music without headphones?
Yeah, so is there anything positive?
Positive would be holding the
How
door
about,
for people.
how about starting a conversation with a stranger? Saying hello, how are you? Would that be good? Make our city a nicer place?
Yeah. How about throwing your trash in an actual garbage can?
That seemed kind of negative again. You seem like you're going negative on that.
What? That's your score gets raised if you put trash where it's supposed to be.
I know. If you're a landlord, not charging an absurd rent.
So I mean, basically, acting like a normal human being is positive scores at this point because nobody even acts normal anymore.
Yeah, basically, it's a fucking jungle out there.
Okay. Part 5. What Pokemon do the Knicks need? Realistic prospects only. Arceus isn't coming to New York. Mark, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Drake. I have no idea. I didn't know they had names.
There's like 700 Pokemon.
Sporty Spice? I have no idea. I would not have known there were 700 names. Is that because of the Pokemon game, or
No, the game that started like back in the original Nintendo.
did you start? Do you still play that?
Every once in a while they come out with a new one, I'll get it and then not play it again.
I mean, the ones where you find them in the street.
Yeah.
Did they come out with a new one?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Okay.
there's like in the games, there's like 700. In the phone game, they've only come out with like a third of those.
Oh, I'm not sure
Anyway.
what I'm not following that at all. But go on.
The video game series is different than the phone series. The video game series started like 20 years ago.
I didn't know there was a video game.
But yeah, there's been a video game for like every system that's come out.
I legitimately had no idea. I thought it was a cartoon, and I knew about the Pokemon game where you talked about going and find them. I didn't know there was an actual video game.
I think the cartoon is basically a commercial for the video game and the cards.
Oh, yeah. I knew about the cards. I don't really understand what Pokemon are, but like,
So-
what is it?
To make Felipe happy, I'm gonna say Mr. Mime. It's
Okay.
basically a court jester.
I don't like this, but that's my least favorite.
Let's see. Next part. If the current, I think these are the these are the emails for the Knicks podcast. That's why they were sent in 2 separate emails.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, Felipe. We'll get to the other parts when we do the Knicks podcast.
Okay.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, this one is for Mark. Are you ever at the shops by yourself and see something for sale and think, now that would be perfect for my son, daughter as a random gift, but if you buy it, then you have to buy something for the other kid and or wife, otherwise they get the shits. Then you end up leaving because otherwise things end up spiraling out of control." Maybe
Well,
that's just me.
My wife doesn't care, but yeah, if I get something for one kid and don't get anything for the other kid, I'm just being an asshole. My wife is like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" They'll start fighting. Like, it'll be awful. Like, if you have to either buy for both kids or just buy nothing.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I went to the U.S. Open the other day, and they had these like giant, like tennis balls, like I guess size of basketball tennis balls. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll buy one. I'll get one for the kids. Then I'm like, well, then I have to get 2, and I'm sure they're over. Fuck this. Basically, you do that a lot. Basically, yeah.
Okay.
What if you had to buy 2 of everything you want to buy something when you want to buy something?
Yeah, I buy a lot less things.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, Top Gun 2 is delayed 1 year to June 2020. In case you were
Good,
gonna
that gives
say.
me time to see Top Gear 1.
No, Top Gun. No, Top
Top
Gun.
Gun. Yeah, it gives me time to see Top Gun 1.
You never saw Top Gun?
No.
Okay.
Lorenzo
Alright,
writes,
yeah.
Hey guys, we are all familiar with Wacky Wednesday or Freaky Friday. However, I just received spam from a sex toy website suggesting it's Anal August. Any plans to celebrate? That seems like a long time for anal. Like
It takes a
don't need
while.
whole
It takes
month
a
for
while
that?
to get in.
I mean, I don't think you need a whole month for that.
Jay, if you're gonna celebrate Anal August, would you start on? Would you do it on the first day or wait till the end of the month?
It sounds like you just do it all month.
What if you're like halfway through August? You're like, oh fuck, I've got to go double time on this.
That
By
is
the
it
way,
for emails.
Do you think the McCains will be celebrating Anal August, or will they be like hung up on their dad dying?
That got really dark.
I just pulled up USA Today and I saw it. There's an emotional picture of Meghan McCain die. Photo inspired tweets of support. You wrote something about McCain on your Facebook page, right?
No, I was going to, and I decided not to.
Yeah.
I was just gonna write so everyone loves McCain now. Because like everyone shit on that guy for like 30 years, and now everyone's writing like all these good things about him. I was like, I thought you all hated him.
Yeah. No, I do kind of feel like everyone like he was kind of. I mean, he was full of shit. And he wasn't like this great person, but suddenly he dies, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he was a historic figure." You're like, you hated him a week ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that means like Donald Trump, if he died tomorrow, people would be like, "Oh, one of our great presidents. Let's erect a statue for him."
There would definitely be a lot more good stuff talked about him.
Yeah, people would like already like we hated George Bush, and now like Donald Trump's here, and everyone's like, George Bush was such a good president. Remember that time he got us into the Iraq War for no good reason? What a great president he was.
He
You want to do our bit?
he accomplished his mission.
You want to do our bit?
Sure.
Okay, so we are doing a bit on this show, a top 5 list of top 5. We're going to do pitches for TV shows. We feel like, there are some good TV shows coming on, and there are a lot of they need new ideas. Like every network drama is either a cop show or a something in a doctor's office or like lawyers. The same shit over and over again, right, Jay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they need some ideas people, and we're the ideas people who can really make this happen. You, the listener of the show, if you like our idea, you could fund our show and get it produced. You're welcome to spend your $100 million on our show if you want. So I've got some good ideas. I'm sure Jay has some brilliant ideas. We'll judge our ideas, make fun of our ideas. Let's do it.
Okay. My first idea is to make a TV series based on the Discworld books.
The what?
Is Discworld. It's a series of 40 books.
Okay.
And it's basically like if Monty Python met Harry Potter. So it's on a world with like magic and trolls and goblins and stuff, but it parodies what's going on here on Earth, and it's got very funny humor in it. And
Is it a comic book?
no, it's novels. They're all fairly short.
Graphic novel?
No, they're actual
Okay.
books.
Because I know sometimes you pretend you're reading a book and it's just a comic book. I'm just saying you sometimes refer to the graphic novel thing, but okay. So this is called Discworld.
Yeah, it's a flat world that is on top of I think on top of a turtle on top of 4 elephants floating through space.
How long has it been around for?
Since the 80s, I believe.
Who wrote this?
Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett got dementia and stopped writing in 2015, I think. Yeah, so from 83 to 2015.
Oh. Are these kids' books or adults' books?
Adult. There's like 5 kids ones, I think, but they're mostly adult books.
Yeah. Okay.
They're really good. I'm like 14 books in, and I'm liking it. So I think there's a lot of material there. I think it would make for a good show.
Okay, that's a pretty good idea. Do you think they're already going to make it into a show, or
I don't think
make
so.
it?
They made the first 2 books into a movie with the guy who played Rudy,
Okay.
and they were good, but that's as far as they went. So there's still 39 more books they can do,
I don't remember this happening.
and each book is like based on a different group. So like one book will be about the wizards, one group will be about like the city watch, one group will be about witches, so one book focuses on death, and then it'll go back around. Like after like 5 books, it'll go back to like the wizards or something.
What were the movies called?
I think it was called Color of Magic.
Okay. I found
was-
Color of Magic right here. Yeah, a TV adaptation.
That's
It was
what it was?
a 2-part television adaptation. Yeah. Produced for Sky One, a British, but it was produced in the UK, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good actually.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, Sean Astin, he was okay. Yep.
Okay. So my next idea. So my idea, my first one. I want to do a takeoff on 21 Jump Street. Remember 21 Jump Street?
Yes.
So for those that don't remember, the concept of the show were you had a bunch of cops who looked really young, who basically would go undercover as high school students to bust crime in high schools, right?
That was the movie, right? The show wasn't like that, was it?
No, that was the TV show. I mean,
Oh,
the movie did that also, but that was the whole concept of the TV show.
Oh, okay.
You never watched the TV show?
No.
Oh, I actually really like. You just really like that TV show. It was a really good show. Anyway, so I want the same concept, but I want they find cops who don't look just like high school students. I want cops that look like 7-year-old boys, and they're going to go undercover in the Catholic Church. So like 21 Jump Street, where their goal is to get molested by a priest. And they're going to go around and keep trying to work it. But the thing of it is, they can never seem to get molested. They go after the wrong priests. And you're like, you never know each episode, is this priest going to be part of the molesting, or is he just a nice, misunderstood priest?
Okay, I'm in. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a time and place for it. I mean, the pedophilia in the church goes hand in hand, and it's big in the news. And wouldn't you love to see like them like trying to bust the priests, and just seeing like the 7-year-old being like, "Oh, it's really hot in here. I'm just gonna take off my shirt. Who likes my chest? Oh, you want me to taste Jesus, do you?" Or whatever they say in church. I don't know what they say. What do they say in church, Jay? You want me to take what do you take in church?
The communion?
You want me to? Should I take the entire communion in my mouth, Mr. Priest?
I like it.
I think that'd be a good TV show. I think I'm up. Your idea is probably a pretty good one too. But okay, go. What's your next one?
My next one is called Heist, and it's basically each season is one heist. So the planning of it, the execution of it, what happens after it. And so that's
I assume this is not a reality show, or is it a reality show where people have to commit?
No, it's not a reality show.
Because it'd be really great if it was a reality show, and they'd be like, "How'd you bust me?" Well, you saw the episodes before this. Oh shit, we should have aired the episodes.
We should have aired them after we finished the heist.
The heist is like we're gonna rob some Snicker bars from CVS. Let's plan this shit.
I also think it would be good because most shows aren't from the perspective of the bad guy, and it would be cool to have a show from the bad guy's perspective, and you actually like root for them.
No, there was some show. I think it was called The Knights of Columbus or something like that. It was on Fox for like it got canceled pretty fast. But the entire concept of the show, where these guys got together and they were going to plan to rob Mick Jagger. But like it was done really poorly and like it wasn't very good. But the base of the show was kind of your idea, I guess, pulling off a heist.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay. I like your idea better if it's a reality show. My next one is, so, homeless people. The homeless, obviously. Do you know the people that live in the street? Well, how long are people usually homeless? Do you know any sense? In the U.S., not like in other countries where their entire lives are homeless.
Like, I don't know, 8 years?
They say the average person homeless is something like 3 months.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's usually a short time. It's usually something happens in their life. It's not the people you see in the streets tend to be the people that are like they're homeless because there's mental issues.
Right.
Most people are if they come in bad times, they find ways to get support, get back on like they need help, but they get back they eventually find housing again. The ones you see on the street are the ones that are really the worst, and they might be homeless for life, but they're homeless because of mental issues and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to focus on those homeless people. You pick a homeless person each episode, or maybe you'll follow this homeless person for a couple weeks. We're gonna leave a suitcase by the homeless person with $100,000 and just film what happens.
That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna.
How do you follow him with a camera without him knowing?
I mean, I don't know. Like you be very stealth, or they're just crazy, and maybe you just say they're like, "Is that a camera?" And you're like, "I'm an owl," and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess the owl's following me again."
You've seen Dark Days, right?
No, what's Dark Days?
It's about a whole village that lives under abandoned subway line and under New York City.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Say it again.
Dark Days. There's they built like a little town in like an abandoned track under New York City.
Oh no! Oh wow!
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
fucking weird. And so, how do they live? I guess.
Some of them are actually hooked up like water and electricity. They were like really. I can't think of the word. But yeah, they made like little shacks, and I mean they had no plumbing, so they had shit buckets, which was not a great part of the movie, but. Yeah, they each had their own like little hut, and they had a little community.
That's pretty weird. I mean, that'd be shit if you were born to like your dad's like, we live in the subway, we're subway people. But Dad, everyone else seems to live not in the subway. Why can't we? We're subway people. Oh fuck. Yeah, so I'm following crazy homeless people with money and just seeing what happens. But I kind of want to see Dark Days now.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. It's definitely on Amazon Prime right now.
I have Amazon Prime, so I can watch it there.
There you go.
Okay. What do you got?
The next one is Saga, which is this one is a comic, but it has one.
So I should have known all you do is just turn comics into TV shows.
Only one. I only did one. This one won Best Continuing Series 3 out of the last 4 years. That's critically acclaimed.
I thought you were going to come up with your own ideas, not being like, I read a book the other day. That book should be a movie.
Look, I took a CPA test, and you told me to make up 5 TV shows from scratch. I didn't have a lot of time, so this is what you get.
How about a TV show about a guy that takes a CPA exam? Starring me, so I can quit my job, and so I can just be in a TV show instead.
How about a guy with a co-host who keeps giving work to his other co-host who's really busy?
How about a TV show about a guy who can't figure out how the podcast gets produced each week?
We've only been doing it 10 years.
Okay, so you're turning another comic book. Okay.
You're like, I don't even want to hear the plot.
I don't want to hear shit. Okay, so I have another reality show.
Okay.
You've seen the Truman Show, the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that have not seen the movie, Jim Carrey plays a guy whose life is a reality show, but he doesn't know it. Everyone around him is an actor, and he's living in a show, but he's the only one that doesn't not in on it. So what I'd like for this TV show is,
Well,
with the
he's just taking a movie and making it a TV show.
oh, let me say my idea, jackass. I want to, with the help of people's friends, I want to take someone and convince them their life has been the Truman Show. So like I get people in your life to like go along with this, and we now pretend everything in your life was a total lie, and see how long we can keep this going for you, and to completely convince you that everything in your life was basically a TV show. Everything was set, and it's all been a lie at this point.
So you want to just completely mentally destroy somebody on camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Yeah.
I like it.
What do you got?
I want to see a live action Ghostbusters ongoing show.
Don't they have that already?
No, they've only had animated.
They have Ghost Hunters. It's on TLC or something like that.
No, I'm talking about like a comedic fake ones where you actually see ghosts, not where they listen to a recording and you hear nothing and they're like, "Did you hear that?"
Wait, you want basically a TV show in a reality where ghosts exist?
No, you just make up
What do
fake ones. You have Slimer and shit like that. Like,
Oh, you're saying you just want to take Ghostbusters and have Ghostbusters the TV show. Are you even fucking trying with your ideas? These are the worst ideas I've ever heard.
you wouldn't watch a Ghostbusters TV show?
I mean, I guess I would, but like, this is not an original idea. You're just like, oh, maybe they did Avatar the series. What do you think of that?
Like I said, I was just pressed for time. I have a real one coming up next.
Okay. I got two more. So this one's about crazy conspiracy theories.
Mhm.
But so you have a guy. And this is a fictional, not reality. But he's able to see into the future, and he finds out this is actually going to happen. The craziest shit is about to happen. He finds out Donald Trump it's 6 months from now. One day he's going to come out. He's going to have a sex change operation and say that he's poisoned everyone's Pepsi, and everyone's going to have a sex change operation too, and then everyone's going to we're all going to go invade Mexico and attack Mexico and steal all the chickens from Mexico and beat the Mexicans to death with chickens, and like the craziest shit. But it's all actually going to happen, and he has to now convince everyone that this is really going to happen and stop this plot. So he sees that all this crazy shit's about to happen. It's the most lunatic, insane thing. He has to convince people that Donald Trump's going to have a sex change operation. He's going to say that I've secretly put this chemical in Pepsi that's made all of you have sex change operations also, and now we're all going to go to Mexico, get all the live chickens in Mexico, and beat all Mexicans to death. And this is something that's going to really happen, and we need to stop this.
You're convincing somebody that that's going to happen, and then you convince him to try and stop people?
No. So he really sees the future, and this really is going to happen in this TV show. And he has to now convince
so this
everyone.
isn't a reality show.
No, this is not a reality show. This is something that's so. The plot of the TV show is the most insane shit is really going to happen.
Oh, okay.
And he sees this, and now he has to go around trying to convince everyone that this is really going to happen. It's kind of like Stephen King had that show where the guy goes back in time and tries to stop the JFK killing.
Yeah.
Well, this is the weirdest conspiracy thing is going to actually happen, and he has to convince everyone this is going to happen and stop the plot.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Or it could be just like Hillary Rodham Clinton really has a sex ring of whatever the QZar person said. The not QZar, QAnon said. Like that's all real and they have to stop. That kind of thing. I just love the idea of like he's going around like Trump's gonna have a sex change. The fuck are you talking about? No, it's really gonna. I've seen into the future. Oh. Okay, you gotta go. What's your idea?
This one is a reality show.
Okay.
And this is basically offering people money
Okay.
to do terrible things to themselves and seeing what their limits are.
So your idea is to revive Fear Factor.
Yeah, but like much worse. Like physical harm. Like, would you pull your fingernail out of your finger for like $5,000?
Would you,
chop
Jay?
off? Would you chop off your pinky toe?
I don't think we're gonna have a TV show that's gonna involve self mutilation.
It would have to be on HBO, I would think. And then you can mess with them too. If you say, "Would you do it for like $5,000?" and they do, and then you could be like, "Oh, we would have went all the way up to 20."
Hulu's like, we're not doing that well anyway. Let's take the self-maiming show.
I mean, a lot of people would watch it.
Jay, for $100,000, would you get a boob job?
No.
For $1 million, would you get a boob job?
No.
For $10 million, would you get a boob job?
No.
$10 million.
Would you?
Are you offering? Because sure, if you're offering, then why not? For $100 million, would you cut off an arm?
No.
For $12, would you cut off a leg?
Sure.
Okay, my last one. So it's a show about an ordinary guy, an ordinary white dude, who goes to work at an insurance company. The only thing about this insurance company is everyone's Asian. And this guy has never been into Asian women. Suddenly, he's into Asian women. But then he meets the girl of his dreams. The only thing is, here's the plot twist. She will only date white guys who do not shave their toe hair.
I feel like this is based off of something. I just can't put my finger on it.
It's just a little bit, yeah.
I think it sounds great.
Dude, my next idea, Schindler's List? That should be a TV show.
Okay, let's do Facebook questions. Do you have it up or?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to read, but I got it. Do you put ketchup in the fridge or in the cupboard?
Fridge.
Yeah, fridge. I didn't know cupboard. I mean, do you think ketchup goes bad in the cupboard?
I don't think so. I think it's one of those things that everyone started putting in the fridge, and now that's just the way it is.
Peanut butter. Do you put peanut butter in the fridge or the cupboard?
No. You do?
No, I mean, I asked an or question, and you just said no.
You said, do I put it in the fridge? And I said no.
Oh, I said the fridge or the cupboard, and I think you jumped in.
Oh.
No, I put it in the cupboard. I do not like when it's in the fridge because it's like all hard.
It's unspreadable.
Yeah, you can't spread it. It's kind of annoying. What about jelly?
Yes.
What about yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else. Anything else to you? Mayonnaise.
Yeah, you got to.
I put my mayonnaise in the cupboard.
After you open it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't go bad.
Oh, that's why it goes bad so fast? I'm just fucking around. Liam writes, Jason, where are you looking to buy a house, and what have you noticed for the best bang for the buck, or is everything just overpriced?
Looking in Westchester, and so far everything's overpriced.
Is there any point in Westchester? Like, where in Westchester are you thinking? Yonkers? You were talking about?
Yonkers, Bronxville. I don't know. My girlfriend knows all the areas. I'm not really sure.
I think if you really want a good bang for your buck, you might want to try Westchester, Pennsylvania. There's Westchester, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Jason writes, guys, when are we making our amateur Joe investing YouTube channel? What have we to lose besides tons of shit we already lost due to not trying? So Jason, our listener, has been telling us, messaging us about starting an investing YouTube uh, video series because he thinks we'll make money doing that, and I think he's correct. What do you
Yeah,
think,
he's
Jeff?
been spot on with a bunch of his predictions so far.
Yeah, I need. What was that thing from last episode where it was the guy that was sent here from the future, and all is a guy with his face blurred giving investing advice? We
I
could
think
do
you're
something
mixing up
that's.
two videos. I don't think the guy from
Oh,
the future was giving investing advice.
what was he giving? What was he saying?
He was just saying he was from the future.
Oh, so why don't you, Jay? We'll blur your face, and you could be the guy from the future giving investing advice.
I am from the future. The Knicks still suck.
Netflix went up $12. You should buy it because it will be big in the future.
In the future, we all talk like robots.
In the future, we all get raided by China. Yeah, I feel like that's probably a good idea. Jay, when do we want to do this?
After I get my job situation settled.
Okay. Would you do a TV show where it's like you and 30,000 bees?
Probably not.
Okay. Would you ever be a bee? Like, what if you, by the way, did you know the cops had their own beekeeper, like, task force?
I did not.
The cops, like, some kind of beekeeping task force to take down the bees. Like, that guy must have been really, like, he's just like, my job's easy. I never work. I mean, there's never an issue. Oh, fuck. I've got to work today. Jason writes, did you guys know Amazon has 4 workplaces in the city you can work in for free, and they offer free coffee? It's an office space, and you can literally go there for free to work. I'm sure they are data mining, though, through their Wi-Fi as a 21st century new gold. Google them or Yelp. What the fuck, really?
Oh,
Amazon-
I read that wrong. I thought like they had a warehouse and you could just go in there and do work for them. For
you thought people were like, oh, you can deliver packages for us if you don't mind.
yeah.
What is this? You've never heard of this either, I guess.
No, I haven't.
That's kind of cool. It says Amazon pop-up lofts.
Interesting.
That's fucking crazy. And you can get free.
All right, keep going.
Okay, no, I'm just like I'm baffled. I'm fascinated by this. Jason, Mark, now that me and Jason investment portfolio have increased pretty nicely, what bad stuff you have to say about Trump and the economy? Trump's a goddamn disaster. And the stock market generally does better under Democrats than Republicans. And the stock market looked really good for a while under George Bush, and then it completely collapsed. So it hasn't been a full 2 years yet. So I'm sure this economy will collapse under Trump. Just give it time. Jason writes, P.S. If you guys try to get modern and adapt and use stock trading app Robinhood, let me know. We can get 1 free stock for inviting each other. Feel bad for Mark. Should have took off those 1,500 he put on crypto and just tried the new app out. Wow, that was almost 1 year ago. He would have been up around 15% on a simple S&P 500 stock. So basically, my crypto investment was garbage. I think I put in $1,500. I think it's today worth like $300.
No,
It's barely
it can't
worth
be
cashing out. Let's see. I think I got Ethereum at. I put 1,000 in Ethereum. I got that for I think 630 maybe, and it's at like 240 now.
No, it's 295.
Okay, I'm back up. I guess I should put money back in when it was at 230. I guess, and I put $500 into Litecoin, which ended up being worth $250. And I flipped that. I put that back into 2 other made-up coins that Jay told me about, and I think those coins are now worthless. So that money's probably that $500 is probably worth like $12 now.
It's gonna go back up. Don't worry.
I've never seen this money again. I'm not blaming you, Jay. I fell for it, but it's just it's crazy how much it crashed. If
I
we put
still
all that
think it's
money,
going up.
if we put all that money into like Netflix, we'd be doing really well.
I still think it's going up.
What do you have more faith in now? Crypto, investing in crypto or investing in the stock market?
I don't know. I feel like the stock market is doing what crypto did last year, going up like way too fast, and I feel like that's going to crash at some point too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not obviously going up as fast as crypto, but it's been going up really. I mean, that one stock we mentioned on 2 shows ago, I think it was, where I think Jason, our listener, mentioned Canopy Growth. It was at like $31. It's at like 46. It's up almost 50% since that show.
Yeah.
I bought it at $46 because I'm a moron, and now it's going to go back down.
That's what you get for not
Liam
listening
writes,
to our listeners.
Yeah, no, I mean, please give us talk tips. Liam writes, bitcheswhobrunch.com. Last year, revenue was $756,812 according to Yahoo website finance. The funny thing is it reminds you of the same idea that Jason had with his friends who brunch, but again, Jason failed to give it his all. Actually, it is the same idea as all the women friends who brunch over NYC and take pictures. Why does no one videotape their reviews? Am I on something?
It's not me not giving it my all. We had a website that actually expanded into 4 different cities. It was the fact that I did it with people who got greedy.
I mean, this is...
We had Brunchaholics Austin, Brunchaholics Boston. I think we had Philly. Like, we were expanding, and then everyone got greedy.
So these two people are making $700,000 off their website?
Yep, that could have been us. Thank you for ruining my day, Liam.
I thought this was your best idea, by far. And I feel like you probably still do the site.
Yeah.
Liam writes, where has Steven gone? He was involved in the Madden tournament shooting.
I don't know. He hasn't even sent us nasty messages in a while.
Jay, Steven, get on this. You got to take some Special K and reach out to us. Liam writes, what is the best technology you have ever used you can't live without besides smartphone and computer? Can be app or software. So what technology can you not live without?
I would say
Does the car count?
I'm thinking more like digital music.
Yeah, like digital music is... Digital music and GPS are two amazing additions to our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like not having to like put those cassettes and like having all that music at your fingertips is amazing, and just also not having to know where you go. And like it used to be like you'd go somewhere and people are like, oh, how'd you come here? Which highway did you take? And you're like, people are fucking old. I just followed the GPS. I have no idea how I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those two would be for me. I mean, any others? Do you feel like are?
I mean, I really like video games.
Yeah, yeah, not as much. Obviously, not as much on my end. I'd say social media has not been an improvement in our lives.
No.
Even though we're reading these questions from social media right now. Yeah, I think I did what Bri did. I deleted the Facebook app from my phone. I still have the Messenger, and I still have the Page app, so I can edit our pages.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have the app to go right to Facebook, and I don't really miss it.
That's good. I feel like I check it way too much, and I get nothing out of it.
There's nothing out of it. Every once in a while, I'm like, who's... I feel like someone's birthday's around now, and I'm still like I'm totally fine with going to like I can go to www. I can go to like the website,
mm-hmm.
but just not having the app, I feel like it just... I mean, I waste time no matter what, but like it's just... I feel like it's such a stupid use of time.
Yeah.
I still have Twitter, which is also a stupid use of time, but Eros writes, what are your memories of Blockbuster, and what is the next major company that is going to be gone forever?
I usually went to the local stores, but when I first moved to Manhattan, there was a Blockbuster like a block or two away
Yeah.
from where we lived, and there was this Dandy Warhol's documentary,
Danny Worlds, obviously.
and they had one copy, and it was out for like 2 straight months. I'm like, there's no fucking way this is rented that often because I went in after work like every other day for like 2 months. So I rented something else, and they're like, "Did you find everything you were looking for?" And I was like, "No, actually, there's this movie over there, and I think somebody stole it." And they're just like, "Oh, like okay, why'd you ask if that's going to be your response?" That's when I stopped. I think that's when I went home and I think I went home and immediately signed up for Netflix.
What was I gonna say?
And then Danny
Is it called?
Warhol's movie was the first movie I watched on Netflix.
Is it called Dig?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen part of that movie. That documentary. I remember I kind of enjoyed like walking around. It was fun to kind of walking around the store to see different movies, like window shopping with the movies.
Yeah, they had a cool setup.
They had a cool setup. It's more fun picking your movies out on Blockbuster than it is like on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Well,
know if you
because of the
disagree.
box art, it was cool looking at each of the boxes.
Yeah, and there's an experience of like, let's go to the store and pick what we're going to watch tonight versus like, let's scroll through Netflix. It's more of an experience, basically, going to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't miss the late fees.
Well, they got super greedy with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they were like, there's no way, like, this is going to go away. Everyone's going to always rent movies.
They put all the mom and pop stores out of business and then doubled their prices and jacked up the late fees.
What's the next major company that's going to go out of business, Jay?
A major company that's going to go out of business.
What is unsustainable besides MoviePass?
It's not a major company, but I think comic stores are going to close up.
You think people just aren't reading comics anymore?
Not a lot, and I think a lot of people are moving to digital who are.
No.
I mean, the average X-Men comic in the 90s was selling like 200,000 an issue.
Yeah.
$250,000. And now a good selling issue is like 60,000.
Oh, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big drop off.
And that 60,000 I think includes digital, so it's bad.
Yeah.
And 60,000 is like, the top one. It goes down quick from there.
Okay. So, what else is going to go out of business? I'm going to say. I think I said a previous show that I thought Uber would go out of business. You got another one for me, Jay? Because I'm trying to think of one.
No, that's
Anything
a good
else?
question. I can't think of one right now.
Yeah,
What
it's a
about
hard. Go.
some company that's making like digital cameras because everybody's using their phone now?
Yeah, I have to think those things are like Canon or whatever. Like those companies have to be hurting badly.
Yeah.
The phones definitely are killing those companies. Trying to think of like what else is in that. I always feel like you go to the mall. I feel like the stores that sell like candles should be out of business, but I never understood why they're in business in the first place.
I can see that lasting longer than vaping stores.
Well, vaping is huge now.
Is it? I feel like it was a fad and it's already dying out.
I think it's dying out. I think it's staying popular.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I don't vape or know people that vape, but like I feel like I do see the stores everywhere now. And it seems like it's like less intrusive than like cigarettes, so and probably cheaper too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any other good ones that I can do for my phone.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, whatever. Let's move on. Okay. Eris writes, guys, if you take a dump and can't throw your shitty tissue in the toilet because it will clog it, just remember to put it in the trash and flip it.
Call back.
Call back. Eris writes, if you had to leave... Jay, what do you do, though? Let's just say you were at a party at someone's house, you make a major dump, and the toilet won't flush. What do you do?
Uh,
Do you jump out the window?
I think you just have to shut the lid and storm out of there with your head down.
I just hope no one saw you go in.
Or out.
Eris writes, if you had to leave NYC into another state for a better lifestyle, what would you be? So where would you go? Where would you move to have a better lifestyle, Jay?
North Carolina?
Yeah, that'd probably be better.
I
Say
don't
like
want
Colorado.
to go I don't want to go any farther south than that.
I'd say like Colorado. Colorado's the weather's supposed to be really nice, and like they have a lot more like the weather's supposed to be a lot better. It seems like a chiller lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
more outdoorsy. I think that'd be pretty cool. Rosera writes, what food made you fat? You had to stop eating it.
I don't think there's a particular food. I think I just eat a lot of food in general.
When I was a kid, I used to like to sit there and eat entire bags of Cool Ranch Doritos. That wasn't good for me.
Yeah, I used to eat entire like tall cans of Pringles, but back then my metabolism was stupid fast.
Yeah, no, that's not a good thing to do now.
Like I went to volleyball practice in high school. I was 165 pounds, and I ate 2 tall cans of Pringles and 2 Jolt Colas before practice.
Really?
Yeah,
That's fucking disgusting.
That's like 2,500 calories.
Holy shit. Like, I'm surprised you didn't die in volleyball practice.
That was like my pre-volleyball snack.
Ay, ay, ay. I'm getting sick just thinking about this.
My buddy Will and I, when we hung out on Fridays, would eat 10 tacos each from Taco Bell and then walk to Dunkin' Donuts and split a dozen donuts. And then we would like start our night.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we had like ridiculously fast metabolisms. We had a friend who worked at McDonald's, and he bet us that we couldn't eat whatever he stole for us.
Yeah.
And he came out, he gave me 2 Big Macs, 2 Arch Deluxes, and a Quarter Pounder. And he gave Will a brown paper bag filled to the brim with chicken nuggets. And we wiped out that whole thing. I had all the burgers, he had all the chicken.
I have a question. So, if you had a kid and he was eating like this, would you try to stop him?
I would definitely warn him that, hey, your metabolism is going to slow down. Well, my parents said that to me, and I was like, yeah, right.
No, I'm going to eat my 28 tacos, and you guys don't know what you're talking about. 28 tacos are good for you. Rosera writes, the new Samsung Note 9 is out, and this is almost over. And the iPhone 9X Plus Liberal Hunter is coming out in September. Will you guys be upgrading?
I don't even know what he's talking about.
There's a new Samsung.
Oh, the phones. No.
Yeah. I'm not. No, I'm gonna ride my phones out. You know what was annoying? I went to get the new battery because they do the battery replacement for iPhones now. But I have a little crack in my iPhone on the top of the iPhone. They're like, well, when we replace the battery, there's a chance that your iPhone the crack will just spread and it'll basically destroy your phone. And you're not covered. If we do that, you're just gonna have to buy a new phone. I'm like, okay, I'll just fucking not get the battery then. Great. I'll see you later. How long have you had your phone for?
I don't know. 2 years?
Yeah, are you gonna keep it till it dies?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't. The whole upgrading thing is definitely not me.
No, at like $600 a pop. It's like I
I'm
want to
always
get at least 5-6 years out of it.
That'd be good. I'm happy when it gets to the 2-year mark because then I'm like, oh, if it breaks, then I at least don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Like when I first have it, I'm like, holy shit, this breaks, I'm really fucked.
Yeah.
Rosera writes, Mark, with your house, had you got scammed by a plumber or contractor or felt you overpaid? Nothing too great. Nothing really. I mean, everything is annoying with the house, but I don't think I got ripped off too bad yet.
Just the guy who said he was getting rid of your ants.
Yes. The ant service that comes all the time. I assume that basically the guy also provides the ants for our house.
He's just spraying water around. He's like, this guy.
No, I think he kills the ants. We probably when we're sleeping. He drops off ants on the outside of our house probably. Rosero writes, Robinhood just introduced buying international stocks as a trend. I love how the different accounts they all talk about the same app. As a trend makers of Pung, Bug, and Fortnite, and Volvo, Adidas, and others free, while Schwab's charges like $6. I heard and other brokers charge fees for it. And TD Bank, ain't technology beautiful? Get with the time, or fool and his money are soon parted. So this is Robinhood stock app that apparently lets you buy a lot of stocks without charging you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say, going back to that question we had earlier, Robinhood app will go out of business because how the fuck are they making money? You have to make fucking money. Like $6 is more than nothing. Like this is absurd.
Well, isn't Netflix still not profitable?
Yeah, all these companies. Uber's not profitable. Most of these companies aren't profitable.
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify's probably going to go out of business too. Because at some point you're paying the artist nothing. No one's going to want to be on your service. It's not going to make sense for everyone. Liam writes, Jason, if you came true, would be the multiple sources indicate NASDAQ plans to list multiple cryptocurrencies in 2019. And it says, Jason, if this came true, would the price rise or people would just not buy? How you think that move would affect the prices? So if the NASDAQ stock exchange listed cryptocurrencies, would that help or hurt the prices?
I think that would make it go up a lot.
Yeah. I know. I feel like, though, who the fuck is starting to invest in these things now? I feel like so many people have been scared off by the bottom dropping out. That you have like the serious traders who are still making money, but like to really make money on crypto, we need lots of people like myself to like go into this again.
There'll be another wave. People are already like getting excited that Bitcoin went above 7,000 again.
I guess Bitcoin is the one I should have bought to begin with.
You probably would have bought it at like 15,000. We've been bitching now.
No, 20,000. I would have gotten it at 20,000. Cardano, which I got at about 50 cents, is now worth 10 cents.
I still think that one's going up a lot.
But based on what, Jay? Based on what? Why would it go up?
Based on their technology.
But yeah, their technology has nothing to do with the coin.
But if other people use the technology, people are going to buy in. It's the only way to invest in it.
You actually aren't investing in it, though. You get no percentage. It's not like a stock.
It's going up. Don't worry about it.
And Stellar Lumens was also for 50 cents. It's now 22 cents.
I got that at 3 cents.
Oh, you're still in like the. Are you up or down overall?
Down.
Okay. You should have just put it all on AMD. AMD is kicking ass.
Yeah.
Last question. Liam writes, stock that won't go down in a recession. Well, food stock companies like Nestle, Pepsi, and General Mills. Why? Because the government give food stamps to all those new members. Welfare state. With that being said, which brand you like best? So what will do well in a recession? What's the food company, I guess?
Isn't Nestle the one that tried to buy all the water in California and then charge people for it?
Probably. They're all fucking evil.
So I'd say not Nestle out of those.
I mean, I guess I would choose like McDonald's. If you're broke, like McDonald's becomes a lot better option for people.
Yeah. I would maybe Pepsi. Pepsi owns like a million things.
That's probably true. I just wonder if people are hurting, do they buy soda? They probably do. People are fucking addicted. You have to be addicted to this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I've never thought Pepsi or Coke tastes good at all. Are you a big into either one, Coke or Pepsi?
I liked Coke better than Pepsi.
Did you ever think of it tastes really good? Like I like it's like beer. Beer doesn't taste really good, but like you like kind of like I'm like you kind of develop a taste for it. Like root beer, I always thought tasted good.
No,
But, like,
I was always Dr. Pepper.
yeah, but like that had like a real taste to it. I never understood the Coke or Pepsi thing. I never thought it had a good taste.
Yeah, Pepsi owns Frito-Lay, which is Ruffles, Doritos, Tostitos, Cheetos, Sun
So
Chips.
they own gold basically.
Yeah, and they have Quaker.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, so that has Rice-A-Roni, Captain Crunch, all Life cereals. Yeah, so Pepsi. So they have a lot of stuff.
Here's one.
They own Lipton teas.
Do you think TV manufacturers will start hurting? I know like TV, everyone has big screen TVs, but like, do you think those will start hurting because of like tablets? Like everyone has big phones and stuff, and people start watching more things on their phones. They'll stop caring as much about the TVs.
No.
No.
No, everyone wants a nice home entertainment center.
Okay. That's yeah. You're probably right. Okay, Jay. What is your stock tip of the week? Apparently, we do an investment show now.
Same one as last week.
What was last week's?
The weed stock.
Okay. What did we learn today?
Did we learn anything today?
What top 5 should we do next week that you're gonna?
Well, I'll have time now. I'm not going to be studying. You asked me to make a difficult top 5 like 2 days before my test.
You know that movie Saving Private Ryan? What if they do a TV show about it?
You're right. I should have taken some study time away to make this list.
Well, let's decide on September 11th when you get your score whether you should have taken some study time away. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Sorry about this episode.
You didn't like the episode at all?
Not really.
Okay, fine.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back in a week or 2. Goodbye. And thanks, Bri, for not responding.
Coming on. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for saying you're going to do the show and then not coming on. That's great.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, love. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end.